Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome again to a quick trade recap on Aussie dollar. As I shared previously on Aussie dollar versus Australian vision. So today I want to share on how I captured the short trade on Aussie dollar, even though I'm still holding it, my TP. Currently on Aussie dollar, we are in a bearish trend, whereas we had this low and we had this high, whereby the price actual made a way move down and break to this low, creating us a new low. So we're anticipating for price to come back within this liquidity area and this structure over here, then this liquidity area to search for more liquidities before it commits itself that we are going down. And currently what happened is that price managed to push up, created this minor liquidity area, and then price pushed more up. And then what happened is that price eventually broke this low over here, which was like sorry. Price broke this low, which it was I can say it was a monthly change in character. So I can say it was a monthly change in character. There's a monthly change in character. I can say it is a change in character there. And then what price did again is that price went a bit lower after breaking that structure. The price went below these levels, created this low, and then we anticipated that price would have a big pullback, at least to these structures over here. And what happened that price didn't move that much. It reacted at these levels over here. There was a support level and a resistance level where price actually reacted to, and it was at this level where we saw a lot of rejection candles, a lot of rejections over here. Price rejected this level, and then after then it broke, it breached down here, and then with a very good momentum candle. And what happened that price managed to come back at this level, it retested the level, and then price went more down. But what happened is that after price went this down, price didn't come back to take liquidities at this level. Price wasn't able to close below that level. So it was like a liquidity sweep to seek for more liquidities at these highs. What does this imply? That the sellers who introduced their orders at this point were not much stronger to come and overtake these lows over here. That's why there were a lot of bullish, orders that were inserted here, which drive this market to go all over this level and then to take this high of the previous seller's point. And then if you take a look before, is that if we consider this structure that was created at this point over here, that when we go to the line chart, we can see that price through the line chart, that price was trending downside in this manner, that price created a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, and then price broke this high and then created again a new low. So this was an area of interest according to my plan, because it was a place where there was an engineering of liquidities that the sellers that introduced their order at this point were liquidated by the market, and then market seek for more liquidities and then pushed down. So at that point, it is a place where there was a liquidation, and at that point, it was where I was looking for price to tap before price committing itself, either to go down or to look for a simple move that will help me capture a short entry. So let us go back to the weekly. Before going to the weekly, you can see that after price tapped at that level, price give that as a rejection over here, and the price failed to close above the previous bullish candle in a manner that when we go to the weekly time frame, we see that price will start giving us to show that there's a momentum that price is going down. Then here we go. It's where I picked up my entry at this structure over here. You can see that price has been in a weekly candles. Price has been printing bearish, strong bearish candles, and at this point over here, at this point, it is where you can see that the weekly candle swept below this candle. After sweeping at this candle, it wasn't be able to close below, so the price went back up. After going up, this was an opening price, so you can call it an pivot level, whatever you can call it. But at that opening price, it was the place where I was expecting a lot of bearish pressure or bearish orders to be settling there. And what was going to confirm to me that after price tapped at that level, we can see that we had a very beautiful sweep over here that price wasn't able to close above, and then what is explaining what it shows to me that the orders that were introduced here, they were strong enough to come and sweep this high. After sweeping that high, there are a lot of orders that were introduced at this point that couldn't allow the market to proceed more to the upside. So at the end of the day, when you go to the daily time frame and observe, you can see that there are a lot of rejections at that level, a lot of rejections. Then you can see this was the daily candle that was holding the trend, and then at this point, you can see there was a minor close over here, but it wasn't that important to me. But what I did, it was going back to the 4H time frame. After going to a 4H time frame, what I observed is that after the sweep that we saw that on the weekly time frame, it was at this level where price showed that failure of closing above. And then after failing to close above, what happened is that we had a very good change in character over here, and the price started developing a 4H time frame trend. We had a 4H change in character, and then we had a very beautiful trend in 4H. What happened at this trend is that price was printing low, high. Again, had the low, then price engineered this high, engineered liquidity, so it seek for more liquidities at the top, and then price went below and break this structure again. And what happened, it was just a simple, very, very simple entry that it was at this level where price engineered liquidity, was where I placed my entry, and then price tapped there on Monday, and then boom, here we go, we're at the downside, and then we have I'm still holding, expecting for more movement to the downside if there won't be any alteration of the momentum. So that was a quick recap for the trade. Don't forget to subscribe and share and comment for more.